Well, welcome back, everybody. It's time to get in towards our second map for our grand final to decide who is going to get to ESL Challenger Melbourne. And it's a quick pistol, isn't it? Already straight on down to the lower bomb site. Rooster starting off on this T side. That means VERTEX on the CT side. And might actually get a pretty early plant. Has already lost his life. And Rackham is doing just that. Bombs down.
Bomb down indeed. And TJ looking to lock down ramp, doing so successfully and getting that two-man advantage now. ADDICT ready to swing. His teammates contact. ADDICT is going to get the damage done. And it's a flawless bloody round. Look at that. 5 alive. And Rooster are going to be extremely happy with that start to Nuke.
Absolutely. Considering that they didn't manage to find a pistol round on the first map of our series, it is a better start for them. A little bit of a fun fact for you, Mac, as well as the viewers out there. There was 1 eco round that Rooster pulled off in the previous map. There was 3 that VERTEX managed to pull off. So I think when it does come to the lesser equipped buys, we need to see a little bit of a pickup from Rooster come this map. But this round here is going to be on the side of VERTEX, as they are the ones that lost the previous round pretty convincingly. We'll see what these lesser pistols are going to be able to do against the Galils and AKs that Rooster have forced up.
Let's see what Malta can do here. Just halfway up Tetris, looking for the off angle. Just waiting for the smoke at doors, and it looks like it is just going to be constantly refreshed smokes at doors. Malta happy just to take a bit of contact first here, jiggling. And we'll see if Rooster realize what's going down and maybe back away to somewhere else. Looks like it is going to be some kind of ADDICT execute from here.
Yeah. One of the things that I made mention to in yesterday's cast as well, I think it was actually Rooster, when they were looking to drop down the L smokes in outers, one of the smokes rolled away from them. And they gave a significant amount of time and gap between the smokes that they were, all fading at different times. So it's one of those things, if you are the player to throw them all, make sure that you've got them all ready. Speaking of ready, PZ is ripe and ready to get a bunch of damage here in outers.
Oh, but how's the timing? It's actually insane. And, might be able to even get a knife here, but don't expect it. The lineup's there, the full spam. And PZ is knocking at Rooster's door, who are also trying to make their way out. Squeaky, good timing on the molly. VERTEX with a full-on counter strat, and it is going to net him around for sure. Hazza, another bit of damage over towards lobby. Rackham fighting for his life here, and there's no chance at a round. There's no bomb in his hand, and he has got no sight control either. So looking like VERTEX are straight back on into it and brace. Full domination, just sending it into T-spawn.
Mate, 3 AKs and a Galil that VERTEX are able to steal from that round. That is gold. That is for certain that VERTEX have gotten away with murder in that round. And just within it as well, one of the small things I actually noticed, Mac, when the frags that PZ found in outers netted 2 rifles for him, he actually grabbed the AK and he dropped it to Malta mid-fight that Malta was in against ADDICT with that 5-7 for him to quickly switch over. So just these small little things, making sure that you got your boys back.
Well, let's see if they're going to be able to close it out here and wrangle their way past a couple of pistol-y boys. Whoop, ADDICT. Spotted that head, but decided not to shoot back and didn't want to go for the repeat just in case. Has a nice little tight line as well. Good flash from Rooster to force him down, and he will at least make it straight into control room. But look at that. Ramp control in the hands of Rooster for now.
Where do they choose to go with it, though? ADDICT blocking off a hell wrap at the moment. Gonna be good for 1. PZ chiming in as well from range. Is good for 2. Looking for the 3rd. Nick is quite low. Mac, this is that force-up round from Rooster 2. They've only been able to net 1 frag at the end of it. So for their, pistol round endeavors, it's kind of fallen a little bit flat in the next 2 rounds.
Attempt from them to try and make it work. Either way, though, you can see that VERTEX have done a lot of homework and maybe were just straight up expecting this to be the pick. So we'll see what's going to be going down from here. At the moment, though, look, 2-1. VERTEX going to be happy with the scoreline and certainly expecting Rooster to be back on blocks again.
Yep, P250 from Rackham. Early damage delivered, but the bomb in TJP's hands has actually managed to drop down to the site. So with all the carnage that's happening at top site, some cheeky money on bottom side? No. Actually, ADDICT has denied the plant from going down. And the rest of the squad are going to pick up the kills. So no one losing their life for VERTEX. Easy as you like it. Now we get that purchase up finally for Rooster, where they've got the AKs again. They'll have utility to back it up this time.
See if they can close it out. VERTEX. What are we going to see from them this time? Looks like it's still just going to be single player outers, but doubling up early at ramp to maybe just send some util in that direction.
Something to note as well, we've already got PZ on the AWP as well, so we'll see if he's going to be able to roar in this round. Out of smokes at the moment from Rooster, waiting for any lobby or ramp aggression from VERTEX 2, which they're not really going to give them. So for what it's worth, these outer smokes are going to be the main focal point of Rooster at the moment, and PZ is already rotating himself accordingly for when they start to fade.
Great patience at outers from Rooster here. Just hoping that VERTEX put a foot wrong. And ASAP just clearing out the close lines over towards the halls here. Hazard as well, waiting for the perfect moment to pop his head up.
A lot of this utility has been expended already, Mac, as well. So for Rooster, it might be a little bit difficult when they start to get into a site, because if they have to use all that util to break into a site, it's all going to be dry when they get the plant down, if they get the plant down, and they have to try and hold the forces of VERTEX off.
That is the big if, right?
Yeah.
And look, ASAP just going to try and draw as much attention. Oh, good flash to get PZ off the line, but they're going to be instantly answered with the trade. But they have lost ASAP in the process, and it looks like they might just go back to A instead. ADDICT lurking his way in through Annex side, and Malta not ready for the full wrap back into lobby, but he's heard everything, and now he's got full door control. And Rooster, they don't have time to go anywhere else, so it is just going to be the safe plant on site. And Hazard hoping that he can make his way up. Nedic a freebie. He knows that Malta has to be around here somewhere. Headshot found. And it's Brace now down to a 1v2. He's spotted over towards Annex side and knows that Nedic's tucked at CT vent. It's all down to the timing, and Nedic takes the cake.
Oh, a couple of weird things in that round that, you know, don't really help out for VERTEX at the end of it, right? Hazard going up the vent with no clearance of the CT vent or any off angles from Malta or likes the other teammate to come in through Annex, and at the end of that as well, you know, a bit of utility for them to work with, a smoke, a flash, and a nade, but it's always one of those things that if you pull out your utility, does the CT vent player swing out on you? And at that point in time, the duel was already taken and won out by Rooster, so one player surviving at the end of it. Back into the new one with Galils with AKs. I thought maybe it might look to turn up a little bit for them. They might have chosen to go a little bit faster, which they kind of are in outers. No wall of smokes at the moment, as ASAP's already gotten over to the red container. But now he's dead.
Red is dead. That is very true. But we'll see what's going to be going down here. Rooster happy just to be holding that lobby control and keeping it slow for the time being. TJ looking to activate at some point. ADDICT as well, just figuring out which bloody smoke he needs to throw here. I think he's done both of them. Oh no, he's just gone the deep one.
Just
TJ
the one,
with the patch on close.
ADDICT at the ready. But will he be expecting them to cross the smokes or to be a little bit closer to him? All of his util dumped out, 50 seconds to go. The Rooster are going to start to head towards this top site. They've got two flashes that they can throw to try and blind anyone. They can technically dislodge Brace with a nice placed Molotov on top of the hut, but they're not really in the position to do that. They might make it difficult. TJP would have had to be the one to clear him back, but now that he's gone, it's pretty one-dimensional here for Rooster.
Brace has almost found himself the three-man, but Malta's there to trade and save the day. Only one casualty for VERTEX as they find their fourth on the CT side. And Rooster are struggling to find an answer right now.
Yeah, they're going to be back on toward the pistols in this round as well. We might see one player go for a little bit of an upgrade. But at that point in time, you know, if you do try to get something like a Mac 10 or a Galil, where you're even going to look to put it if you are Rooster. So I think with all of the respect that we've seen them and their different mindset approach to this game of Counter-Strike now that we're used to seeing, you know, all their aggressiveness, their force upon force, pretty well measured come this tournament right now. So it is going to be the eco for them. See what damage they can deliver. See if they can steal away a plant or grab a weapon from one of their fallen opposition. Make things a little bit cooler for them come the next round, but straight to the cross, there's a hazard. PZ finding one as well. I'm kind of just waiting for them, Mac, to get something in towards the next round, right? We need to see some early T-sided rounds come out from Rooster. We need to see some good plays that they're able to kind of convincingly get a frag across the board to VERTEX. And if they're able to find one opener unanswered, I think that would probably be a good start.
ADDICT looking for an angle. He won't find it. Hazard offline and a lot further away from the corner, so has a big advantage there. Now, going into the 8th, VERTEX already with 5 on the CT side. Look, back in the day, I'd say expected, but right now, I don't even know if it's the expected thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what we do know? We have another round. We have guns. We have utility from Rooster. So let's see what they're going to be able to do with it. Early squeaky door presence. And PZ down to 14 HP. It shouldn't phase the AWPer too hard, but it does mean that he needs to be pretty quick and pretty safe if he does miss a shot. Wall of smokes yet again. The L variety this time. An ADDICT. Oh, does he look to respect it? Smoke towards the door as well. He does have his teammate playing on top of the hut, but the presence of Rooster has already shifted down towards Secret, so they've got an element of a B-side play possible. Hazard looking after that one for the time being, not on the pixel line either, and he's quick switched at the wrong time.
That's a roughie, that one. But either way, Rooster fans going to be happy with it until ADDICT falls. Rackham able to find some kind of answer, and ADDICT on the offline as well. Strikes for the first, expects the second man, and TJ just had absolutely no chance. Gets shot straight on the noggin. And just like that, VERTEX going to be able to find themselves that man advantage right on back.
Yeah. Bomb's still in lobby as well. So PZ going to be finding an isolated one against ASAP. And now Rackham with 20 seconds to try and establish that plant. Has a 1 versus 3, but currently it's a 1-on-1 against PZ. Catches him in transition of that AWP shot, but can he get a free plant at B? ADDICT's already down in decon. Yeah, it's pretty impossible for Rackham here, you'd feel.
Oh, couldn't get to safety in time, and ADDICT really saving the round with that double. Gets the third as well, down to stop that plant from happening. So, look, all eyes on him right now. I think he was, after yesterday, highest rated in this qualifier so far. So,
Rackham?
No, ADDICT.
Oh, ADDICT. Yeah, he's still up there, actually. Top players, 1.36 currently across 6 maps. You've got ADDICT and Hazard at the top, then JCR and ADDICT. And then
ADDICT dropped off after that first game. He farmed in the first series and really padded those stats. Flash forward, though. Malta going to be padding those wounds because there's... Oh, wait, no, he survived? Wait, what's going on? Buddy? It was Brace Fun and Rackham. Absolute chaos. He was blinded. Yep. I'm blind.
No, that's me.
And Brace now just looking to set up this nasty-looking crossfire from CT Vent and backside. Able to swing off one another's contacts. And ace. What a shot.
That's disgusting. Looking for another. Not going to allow it. TJP and ADK to see what damage they can do. Tej is going to be good for a couple of... This is where things actually could look pretty disgusting if he's able to get a plant, but that's going to be denied by ADDICT, and VERTEX are now 1 away from securing the half.
Insane scenes, crazy shots coming through every which way. But we are going to see VERTEX still with this 5-round lead, and Rooster looking to try and shift the momentum back in their favor, maybe put on a performance similar to that Inferno game up against Encore earlier.
Yeah. A big belter that one was. Massive comeback from Rooster. Bit of OT action. Alrighty, what does this gun round now have for us, Mac? Lots of util for both sides present. It's these smokes and outers yet again for Rooster. Absolutely loving this deployment. And ADDICT, we've seen him drop a bit of utility time and time again. We've seen him tuck in towards the garage. He's found a couple of good kills from there as well, so there's a lot of possibilities for him to be lurking about. I like that. Malta's just been thrown another smoke from the heavens. A little bit cheeky, but if that door's broke, you know, technically could provide Rooster a bit of a sneaky way into the site. Malta does say no for now.
Makes his way forward, but looks like there was the view model in the way, and Brace up at heaven. Manages to snatch away another, but is just waiting for the rest of the CTs to posture for this retake. Happily giving up the site. And ADDICT only a flash to play with here, so we'll see how they opt to position in the post plant. They do have Rackham slowly but surely wrapping in, and missed opportunity, PZ!
Oh, wow.
Gifted a chance there, ADDICT. It's all down to him in the 1v3, and he's got numbers to get past. Trying to deal with the first is just too much this time. And it's Brace to close things out.
Yeah, that's a bit of a jaw dropper if you're Rackham, isn't it? You'll want to see how PZ's managed to do that because, yeah, Rackham shoots one bullet. This is the head. PZ, a very quick flick, already scoped in. I mean, we saw that when he pushed out through the squeaky door too. There was an AK at his feet. If he needed that, he could have switched over, but still, you know, fashioning himself on his prized AWP. He's able to pull out a little bit of magic in that one. VERTEX will secure the half now, no matter what. I think it really just does shift to how many more rounds are they going to be able to find to make their T-side endeavors all that more easier to put a close on this series and get that ESL Challenger Melbourne spot.
Which is only 8 rounds away.
Yep.
So let's see if ADDICT is going to be able to hold here. PZ snatches that one straight out of his mitts, and it looks like ADDICT is just continuing to try and make this fight happen, but he's happily able to find himself that second reload. Not going to be a factor. And PZ chimes in. Wants to go for the repeat too. But ADDICT with that trade sets himself up for success. 2 kills already. Bomb planted. And Hazard is a while away.
Yeah, 2 1-on-1s potential here. A smoke out the hut. It's a prog smoke. And we'll give an idea to VERTEX that he could potentially be lurking behind that to be able to utilize it. But of course, we can see reposition through the squeaky door. It is technically planted for him, Mac.
Oh, isolates that first one nicely. Has a flash to play with. PZ swinging. Fully blind and the secondary in hand for both of them. PZ, though, has that P250. Has a little bit more pen on the armor. And that's going to be the difference maker. Time for the defuse. And Rooster, again, just unable to get away with murder.
Yeah, it's one of these rounds, you know, it's all Rooster needs is a bit of wind in the back of their sails and it can propel them a little bit further. There's a lot of chances that Rooster are getting in these situations, but VERTEX are just a little bit better individually. You know, you look at the start of that round as well, what ADDICT was able to do with PZ bailing him out of a potential tricky situation as well, right? So really good placement and discipline from VERTEX in all these challenges that they are looking to go for. Rooster usually loving these wall of smokes outers. They're going to do it again, but this time it's the different one, right? 2 smokes over towards red. ADDICT getting a significant amount of damage on towards ASAP. Medic's burning as well. And TJP already taken down, so it just becomes bad to worse here for Rooster. Also spotting all the information, Mac.
Yeah, a little bit rough. Hazard has a lot of members running that in, but the spacing from Rooster is not the greatest, so trades won't come through. Hazard allowed to make his way to the rafters here and tuck away into the corner while he waits for those reinforcements. You can see as well Malta down towards the vent. And Hazard just barely spotted going over towards clock side. Smoke to try and survive. And Rooster just looking to run forward, spam him down to a crisp. They'll find him. And maybe an opportunity in this 2v5 angle.
There is a Molotov for ADDICT, a couple of flashes, but Rackham needs to find something big. It's cheeky, isn't it, that he pushes that Molotov, and now ADDICT, a very improbable position. He's good for 1. 3 HP. Are they going to let him plan? No.
PZ spots him on that side of the smoke, and things are just going from bad to worse at the moment. If Rooster can find 3 here, it's still a winnable map.
Yeah, CT side strength for Nuke, certainly so. But, you know, I think you got to pull yourself out of the grave if you are Rooster as well. You can't let it mentally get to you at the moment. You got to look to what was working in your previous series, what was working in your previous map against VERTEX as well, right? A lot of these rounds that were played slow on Vertigo, I don't really think that Rooster can kind of afford to do the same here on Nuke, all things considered. They need to be getting some quick util out. You know, quick uppers take potentially, quick ramp push. We've seen PZ a little bit late to the party over at ramp for the past couple of rounds. So if they do go to challenge Hazard here, albeit with the pistols in this round, it probably won't work. But with that one rifle at TJP, it's a start.
It certainly is. Lobby controls here. And VERTEX in some sneaky positions. Look at Brace as well. He's just up there waiting for someone to pop out a hut, and that'll be their downfall. Malta as well, hunting at Outers. Look at this. That is so much information. Outers not having to be worried about it all means there's just that much more pressure on the A site members. But when they know what's coming for them.
Yeah. Sneaky outdoor, single smoke, PZ on the line.
Oh! The movement.
Okay.
Maybe a chance now. Brace going to be taken out, and TJ traded through. Malta going in through lobby just in the nick of time. Good damage from Rooster again to the VERTEX economy, but at this point, they've won so many rounds and a lot of clean ones as well. You can see even after the bye here, they'll be right into the next, which is the final round of the half, and Rooster are starting to run out of options already.
This will be pretty much their last bye coming into this first half of Nuke here. If they do lose it, again, it's only that max loss bonus. They'll get some Galils and util, one would expect. So we will wait and see if they can at least try and get that third round that you were saying, or maybe hoping to gather. A collateral for PZ. Definitely not the eye-opener that Rooster wanted to start off this round number 14. However, that is pretty damaging to not only your forces, but to your mentality when you've actually got a rifle round ahead of you.
Well, let's see if Sap can work some magic. Man, he's having a rough game. Look, he's hit a cracker shot or two, but there's only 3 kills for him so far, and that is not what you want to see from one of the superstars on Rooster. VERTEX just doing so much work to completely lock them down and not allow them to get any form of momentum here on Nuke.
Yeah. We'd need to see a big miracle bless ADK or ASAP in this round. And now it is going to have to shift over towards ADK. He's got the explosive device on his back, but if he doesn't have a head on his shoulders, it could be quite problematic. He'll remove hazards at least for now, but with only 8 points of HP, Mac is difficult.
Well, he's taking the fight to him, and PZ was standing and ready with open arms. P250 to close, and Brace as well with the defuse. So, a bit of a rough affair for all of the Rooster fans out there.
Yeah.
But going into the final round of the half, look, there's still a chance. They've got round loss bonus and another plant.
I want to make an observation that we've kind of been neglecting as well, talking about the kills that are kind of absent for Rooster. Look at the kills that are present for VERTEX. Brace is on 15. PZ's on 20.
Brace
having a ripper. Yeah.
When Brace is on, he's on. And when he's playing Vertigo, he's not on. But when he's playing Nuke, he's sometimes on. Yeah. And this is one of those games, playing that A-side anchor with Rooster going A a lot. And him hitting shots, that is a recipe for success. And PZ won't be able to get in front of that smoke. But he does make his way into vet. And he's hoping for a little knife to finish off.
Oh, he might actually get it as well. The scaling up at the moment from TJP might be able to present him this one, but they waltz on in. They knock down that door. TJP and ADDICT able to find a couple of bits of damage. ASAP comes into it as well, and now finally it's on to the double orb setup of PC and Hazard to try and get something back. PC good for 2, and now it's just on towards Hazard in a 1 versus 3 mark. I think you're finally getting your third round out from Rooster.
Look, good on him. We've been waiting a while for it, and it's finally come right at the end of the half, which gives them the tiniest bit more breathing room for that second half, which, of course, is going to be just after this break.
It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history. this feels like the last time. So why did you say goodbye? It's better to say goodbye. Why did you say goodbye? It's better to say goodbye. So why did you say goodbye? Quiet like the ocean, with the rumble running deep. This is how I see you, when you hide your feels from me. Why you heavy-hearted? Cut the silence, talk to me. Release your mind, get what you need. Easily, we've been falling in disbelief. I think I'm ready for another try, but this feels like the last time. So why did you say goodbye?
There is a very steep hill in front of the Rooster members, and we'll see if they can climb it with their little old clucking feet. But at the moment, you know, VERTEX, they are looking real damn good for a W for a 2-0 fashion.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good run so far through the course of this tournament. They have dropped a map, of course, to Encore in their opening engagement, but since then, it's been pretty smooth sailing for them. And come this map right now, there's 9 rounds between these two teams. Enough for a bit of mistakes here and there from the VERTEX lads, but the way they've been playing these rounds so far, yeah, you definitely back them coming into this pistol.
ADDICT very much expecting a bust in through that smoke, but it is going to be that yard wrap. Bomb making its way into secret. And TJ finding the perfect timing to win a one-on-one, but he's missed a couple of shots, and that cost him his life now. And maybe the round, they've lost that hell control. Rackham worried about what the hell's going down at ramp. And Nedic hoping that he can hit some crisp ones here in the halls. That's going to be the equalizer as he makes his way down towards Decon.
Yeah, it's full armor across the board. Everybody rocking the Kevlar for Rooster. So it needs to be some pretty good shots for them. But Hazard's location throws a bit of a spanner in the works. So too does Rackham's, actually. When one player pushes to one side of the map, the others are pushing the other. And then it just looks awkward, doesn't it, Nedic? Able to find one. Brace to trade that out. But it is still, of course, Rooster holding player advantage. Brace to secure a bit of extra information. And as ADDICT can't do that, there's 20 seconds to try and establish a plant for VERTEX.
Ooh, jumping across, just trying to draw that attention. ADDICT can't quite find it. It's Rackham to close. And ADDICT with the space is going to be able to get the plant down. So that's a buy in the next round for VERTEX. And ADDICT wants a little bit more. Might even go for the round here, just trying to isolate the fights. Finds one, but it's Sap on the flank in through Decon to trade. And now, 4 secured for Rooster. Is that going to be the momentum shift that they needed?
I think I have to take what you said of the previous map and apply it to this one right now. I think we need to be seeing Rooster get something like 8 or 9 rounds here, with VERTEX kind of not really finding anything to see them really bring this one back.
Yeah, to have that faith. Now,
yeah,
8-round difference, definitely achievable. And we've got a quick tactical used by VERTEX here. Rooster just having a chin wag as to what they want to do as well.
Yep. Force up from VERTEX, as you made mention, with that plant money that comes into their pockets.
Double mollies. Keep eyes on 8.
Namolta donating a weapon over as well. But you've only got a single flash. I guess that's really all you need if you're trying to explode into A, right? Molly on towards hut. Molly in towards CT vent, and then a flash over the top. Everybody explodes. It's going to be different, though, Mac. It's going to be a bit of an outers endeavor. Well, for at least the time being.
Brace with that warehouse smoke coming through. Well, smokes as well, and now just trying to make a bit of noise as he goes down secret. But it is either going to be that split late on ramp side, which seems to be where the bomb's going, and then maybe that approach at B, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Where'd VERTEX go?
It's going to be extremely dry, though, right? 2 mollies and a single flash, no smokes. You flip it over towards Rooster, and they're kind of in a similar situation. So it's all going to come down to a bit of positioning and a bit of spray control potentially from Rackham here at the ramp room.
Offline. Only good for one there. Couldn't get the double with the A4 and those extra little bullets as well.
4 on 4 and TJP. The Shadow is disfaithful for Brace. Still keeping it spicy. 3 on 3.
Oof. Range. Sap going to be able to spot this pop up the ladder for the first Malta. Nice movement to at least get the trade, but 26 points of health means it's quite difficult. ADDICT spots him falling. And Malta now just waits and tries to play the timing game. 20 on the clock and needs to cross to sight. Pulls the bomb out and he can't shoot back when he does that. Damn, Nedic hitting him with the UMP. And has he found that upgrade? He has. He's got himself a FAMAS at the end of the round and maybe a shot for Rooster, who now have 3 rounds in a row.
Yeah, that'll start to build up a small little tatting of economy. Not really too much, though. See when the buy comes in for the util. So ADDICT is going to have 1,800 to spare. The rest of the guys still sub 1,000. So if they can get a good round here with the lesser equipped buy of VERTEX, the real non-investment bar, 300 smackers from Brace on the P250, which are already being cut down to size, and then a couple of these deagles as well that we'll see what damage can be delivered with. But for Rooster, definitely is the time to just find a good amount of control on this CT side. Get started. Get a little bit closer with these free rounds at least, or that, you know, should be free.
PZ just going for the stakeout approach, chilling on top of Silo, waiting for anyone to rear their heads up, looking to find that one dig action. Low setup over towards ramp side, looks good for Rooster to get that second pick of the round. And with a 2-man advantage, it should be easy to close out from here, but we'll see if VERTEX have anything up their sleeves.
Yeah, maybe PZ or Hazard with these deagles, but it is just kind of slow at the moment from VERTEX. PZ will lose that duel in outers. It's just one of these, you know, situations back where it's kind of like, yeah, maybe nothing's going to happen at this round. Get to the next one and get the guns. And now finally we do get that. I wonder though, are we going to get an AWP delivered towards PZ? Is he fashioning one on the T side? I kind of would hope not. I want to see VERTEX going with all the rifles and all the utility to potentially force out Rooster's util on the CT side when they still are running these lesser equipped weapons. You know, you kind of have a little bit more reliance on that utility. Keep them at bay. Rackham foregoing a flashbang and only getting some real damaging utility as well. I wonder if he's going to play very up close and personal with this MP9. Where's Rackham currently going? Over towards ramp trophy, a bit of a peek in early. So maybe his situation in this round is kind of one of those one and done plays. Have to wait and see if VERTEX do give him a challenge over at ramp. And look at that already, Mac. Look at how much utility Rooster have already used in the first 30 seconds of the round. They got a single smoke left, a couple of mollies, handful of flashes, single HE.
Bad, not bad at all. ADDICT just going for the jump peek here as a molly, which can certainly slow VERTEX down at this minute mark, but they still have Malta lurking at outers and can maybe reroute if they get a pick towards Annex side, but for the moment, ADDICT happy just to jump away. A flash of his own, try to keep on holding this double door setup, and you know, we've even got this rotation down from Rackham into dark side. Oh,
yeah, I wonder if VERTEX are going to stick around the lower bomb side at the moment. No real utility for Rooster anymore. If they do shimmy up that vent, there's nothing to really protect them with all that util, so they probably are going to stick around this B site, and it puts Rackham in a pretty good position if he swings over to fight that decon area.
Oh yeah, unless they're not ready for him. 1.5 kills. ADDICT still living on 30 points of health now. and there's not a lot of time to get this bomb planted, just waiting and spotting anything on that front side of sight, but TJ up across the top. He hasn't spotted the man on his bottom left. That's PZ finding the freebie. And Rooster now, things are going from bad to worse. Addict quite low, so's Brace, but it looks like Rooster have already called for the save.
Yeah, no util. It's a bit rough from Rooster as well. You could see how narrow focused TJP was to try and find Brace at those double doors, but as soon as Brace gets out towards those stairs, he's able to find, I think it was ADDICT. And that's a bit of a roughie, all things considered. VERTEX, they're able to find this one with 3 surviving. Bomb explodes. I'm hoping Brace isn't within the vicinity to go up with it. But finally, they get VERTEX's T-sided round. And now they're 3 away, Mac, from securing themselves this challenger spot.
Not bad, not bad. Well, round 20 now. We're getting real down to the pointy end. VERTEX need just 3 more to lock down that position up on stage at ESL Challenger Melbourne. And a chance to impress internationally, domestically.
Yeah, put into practice what they've learnt from Pro League. Coming back, or rather with their changes, sorry, for VERTEX. Adding Hazard into the folds. What was the previous international event for VERTEX?
They went to something. I think it was conference.
Conference, that's the one.
I don't think it went very well.
Yeah.
Which was unlucky. But it is what it is, and I'm sure they learnt a lot.
Well, Rooster have gone in with the buy on the back of the save in the previous round, of course. And the similar situation now with a minute 10 on the clock. They don't really have too much utility to be able to assist them. So they need some snappy headshots. They need some good duels. Times like this, you wouldn't mind a bit of a push in towards something like the ramp room or a bit of a gallivant in towards lobby. But they are just going to play quite passive. TJP flashed off. It's not generally a position that you are completely clearing behind these stairs. But he's made a bit of a blunder on the frag against Hazard, and he's only half chipped to ADDICT. So Rooster lose the first duel here, Mac, but they've done a bit of damage to VERTEX, all things considered.
It's looking pretty bloody rough here, but let's see if they're going to be able to pick up the pieces. For now, Nedic, again, just going to be jump peeking down on those doors. Hoping to find a timing, but the timing is not looking like it's going for him at all. Hazard as well, showing face, but Nedic tucking into sight. Was in a good position to fight. That PZ was very much ready for that swing from the back of default there, and now things go from bad to worse. For Rooster, 2-man disadvantage, and it looks like the save is called again, so
Yeah.
VERTEX will be securing a 14th, now just 2 away from the W.
This is real rough for Rooster as well, because they have like 2 weapons surviving. They're just trying to get some forces to back them up. They're not dropping down onto something like an MP9, something like a scout to position outers, or even maybe a Famous to get a bit of that extra utility. I almost feel like that util mark for Rooster is something that they are significantly lacking. A map like Nuke, you can't really just bully your way out with the rifles like maybe you can do on something like Inferno, or maybe more so on a map like Mirage. So for right now, for Rooster, really feeling the bad end of the situation that they're being dealt. And for VERTEX, these string of rounds, this cohesiveness from them, some great decision-making as well from Brace, as well as the frags that he's putting up with his cohort. It's just looking really good for VERTEX to be able to put a quick close on this one. I would say have an early night, but for a couple of these players, you know, it's already over midnight in New Zealand land. So we're ready for bed.
Mate, early days for these CS gamers. If you think that anyone from New Zealand in this game is asleep by midnight, you are certainly mistaken. Now, actually, no, Nedic's a bloody early riser. That being said, whatever. ASAP, up on top of Hut here. Is hoping for someone to run in his direction, but VERTEX expecting some kind of aggression, so they're just going to keep it slow for now. Wait for the smoke at ramp, and go in completely dry as well. Rackham running for his life just with the Famous. They know it's that Famous down on B now, and after showing face, taking ramp control, they're just going to give it up. It's
another one of these rounds for Rooster where they're just putting a bit of a priority on these rifles instead of getting out a bit of extra utility. And I kind of wonder the decision, you know, Rooster not opting for any pauses, not opting to get a bit of extra utility out, you know, just the time that a single smoke could buy here. Again, TJP just going to showcase us with this smoke towards the squeaky door. If VERTEX had any idea to try and get through that door, they have to wait out the timing of that smoke. And with all this time that is kind of dead air, dead space, it puts a lot more pressure onto Rooster, I feel, to make sure they're not making a mistake. You know, anything that they drop is matched to series point.
Rough position, TJ. He's burning to a crisp, and he doesn't know it. He's fully damn blind there. And ASAP now has to try to lift from the back of sight. 4v4 angle. ADDICT as well, going to try to make something happen from heaven. And as ADK falls, Nedic knows that ADDICT is right up in at heaven, but Rackham not going to be able to stand and deliver. And now they seem to be aware of Nedic's position as well. Tries to catch the timing, going real quick up the ladder, but ADDICT at the ready. The bloody key to that round.
Yeah.
Coming in at heaven, just drawing all the attention, and 2 big kills to close. Oh, series point, ESL Challenger Melbourne. Looks like VERTEX might just be the team to qualify unless Rooster can stand and deliver right now.
Yeah, PZ as well. Silent achiever in this series, it almost feels like, right? 20 kills at the half, 25 now. Come T-side, having an absolute ripper. You got the rest of the squad, you know, doing what they need to do as well. VERTEX looking pretty damn good. And if they do get this point, they get that spot at ESL Challenger Melbourne, they'll have about a month to get in some good practice, to do some research on the teams that are already going to be making their way down to, was it Rod Laver Arena come the end of April. It'll be good. Should be good. Oh, we got to wait and see.
Rooster going into this round, a deagle for TJ. 80k with a scout in hand. Saw him hit a couple of crisp ones with that overseas, and then MP9s for the rest. And it looks like it may just be aggression coming forward. Smash straight through trophy, and then just giving it. They're all right now. Malta standing up tall. It's going to be trades favoring VERTEX. Another found. 2 kills remain. And Nedic, he ain't done. Going in with the smoke. Has that one-on-one fight, but he won't win it. And TJ, Deeg in hand, drops the ball. 16-6, 2-0, and VERTEX are the team that will qualify into ESL Challenger Melbourne, joining Greyhound, who have been invited, and they will be the Australian representatives down at DreamHack.
Absolutely. Got to be happy with the performance that they've put up in this series as well.